everybody. Welcome to Trash Talk with GGS. That's episode 10 of Trash Talk with GGS. Everybody, how was your week? G, how was the week?
Week was excellent, man. Had a little issue dealing with some people that may have or could have derailed things, but you never let that happen. Got that out the way. More, outside work. The sun decided to finally pull up. So enjoyed this weather this week. Hope we have some more. A little too hot right now, but summertime on the way.
Yeah, it is hot too.
Take word. Smills, how was the week, man?
Changing of the season, man. I'm up here, got the sniffles and all of that. Son bought me the Jeremy's from the freaking daycare, so I'm just trying to make it through that part.
Yeah, get used to that, yo.
Bro.
I Cloroxed the hell out of my Xbox controllers yesterday, bro. Because you was touching all up on my controllers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't trying to get sick, man.
I wasn't coughing into my hand, though.
Nah, you wasn't. It was just like the sounds that was coming from like your body. And then you would just go and just pick up my controller and I'm like, oh boy, I gotta clean. But yeah, man, I had a good week. I got the lights off in here. You may or may not, if you're listening to the podcast version, I do apologize. But yeah, it is hot as hell up in here, and I gotta have an electrician come and do some shit and get an air conditioner in here. Like,
and I actually gotta pull up with the. Pardon me while I pull up with the Kool-Aid right quick. Yeah,
bruh, I will take your Kool-Aid and with my jug of water and I raise you $1 billion, bro. Anyway, so what we got on the docket first? Well, I want to talk about something very, very quickly. Now, I am a Yankee fan, and if you've been watching the YouTube, then you should know this. I wanted to get some Yankees tickets. The world is opening back up, so why not enjoy some Yankees? Well, as I was looking through it, I saw that they had nosebleed seats, and I didn't want to sit in the nosebleed seat. I want to sit closer to the game. Most of these seats, if you want to sit closer to the game, you have to show them proof that you are vaccinated. So that pissed me off because I'm not vaccinated. I don't feel comfortable doing that yet. And y'all's are forcing me to get vaccinated if I want to sit close on a third baseline. What are we talking about right now?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not happy with that. I want to get y'all's take on it.
Well, my first take, the thing that jumps out from when we was discussing this earlier was if you're not vaccinated, you could still sit in the nosebleeds. So what are you really saying with that message?
They're
like,
separating.
What are you really like? Those are the people that you just don't give a fuck about. Like they could just spread the shit amongst each other. Who cares? Because they're nosebleed type. Like I'm trying to understand that.
I think they're coming with some shit like all right, you want to sit closer to the game. It could be a twofold thing. One takeaway is all right, you want to sit closer to the game, and you're vaccinated. Cool, then we got less to worry about for the elites that sit right on top of the game, the bullpen and all of that. That's one side of it. And then on the back end, low key, it can be, thank you for getting vaccinated. We're going to allow you to sit closer and get more bang for your buck.
I would hope that it's more the latter, because if you're saying the former, if you think about it, how are we even guaranteed that those elitists are doing what they're supposed to do? You already see that LeBron broke protocol.
Yeah.
And they're not going to suspend him. Like, he's not going to go through what.
Wait, what do you mean by that? LeBron broke protocol? What do you mean?
It was something that he went through that broke COVID protocol. So basically, the way it's been since the league has been back open is if you break COVID protocol, you're not supposed to be able to play for 10 to 14 days. Something like that.
Did LeBron go to the club or something like that?
It wasn't a club. It was a gathering for something. You know what I'm saying? I don't really remember what it was about, but he broke protocol. He wasn't supposed to be there, and I guess he wasn't masked or something like that. And instead of him being suspended, he's playing. The next game the Lakers
Of course he's playing.
LeBron is
Yeah,
playing.
he has to play.
He's LeBron James.
But you see what I just said? He
Nah, I
already
feel you.
broke protocol.
I feel you.
So you're talking about protecting the elitists from us common folk that to try to be close. I would hope that's not the angle, because who's to say that us common folk are being protected from the elitists that's not obeying the rules?
I can dig it.
This is a new
No?
form, in my opinion, this is a new form of segregation, yo. As soon as I read it, as soon as I peeped how it was, I'm like, oh, they trying to separate the fuck out of us, yo. And I knew it was gonna come to this, yo.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Are you really surprised?
Yeah,
That's the whole
You
point.
know, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up. Yeah,
I'm not
I get it.
surprised. I'm
Yeah.
That's
really
the whole
not
thing.
surprised
Mhm.
because we called this in like week 1 or 2 when we
Episode
was
1,
talking
yo.
about this.
Episode 1 we call it.
Episode 1, and here we are 10 weeks later, and it's actually happening.
Yeah.
And for the
Mhm.
people that's like, yo, you know what? I don't feel comfortable doing that yet. But I still want to be able to enjoy the things that I've been enjoying my entire life, like going to a ball game.
Mhm.
I shouldn't, it shouldn't be this much shit for a ball game. If
But
y'all are
my thing is this:
Mhm.
if you want to be on some like the safety aspect of it, I get it. But then don't have it segregated to the point where non-vaccinated people can still be in the building, but in a certain area in the building. That's still not protecting everyone's safety.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's not. You might as well just not let them in the room. Might as well just be, if you're not vaccinated or if you don't show proof of a recent COVID test, you can't get in this building, regardless. That
Well,
should
that's
be the
it.
end
But
all.
they didn't
be
put the
all.
brakes on that because they've lost so much money, and it's like, yo, we got to get this bread. So
Yeah, because safety is not the number one.
But to
concern.
touch on what you just said right now, Smells, if you gonna do it all the way.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that I'm allowed in the stadium. I just gotta sit up top.
Yes.
But you know damn well that I'm going to use the same bathroom that a vaccinated person gotta use.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna take my hands and
Yeah.
I'm going to flush the toilet, the same toilet that a vaccinated person is
Yep.
gonna use. And they can flush the toilet, but my contaminated hands was already on it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? If you're
Exactly.
gonna do it, go. If they were to be like, you know what, nobody's allowed in the ballpark unless you're vaccinated. That'll be a tough pill to swallow, but swallow it, I will.
Yeah.
You can't tell
Yeah.
me that, oh, if you want front row, you got to be vaccinated. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guarantee you, yo, that's about to be, for a while, that's about to be the norm for a lot of places, yo. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's July 1st. New York's supposed to be open for business, but they're still giving businesses the leeway to make their own, rules or whatever. Like, I see this being a thing. Like,
I don't like it.
I see this being a thing, yo.
I don't
It's
like
whack, and like I get what you're saying, because it's like, damn, what if, I'm still reserved about the vaccination for my own personal reasons, because
Yeah.
everybody has their reasons. People
Yeah.
don't trust the government. People
Yeah.
don't like that it's been, administered in such a fast pace. People they want to see the data sheets. People simply want to give it time.
And not
So-
everybody likes their body to be invaded like that.
Yeah.
People don't just want to go around getting pricked and shit if you ain't got to.
Yeah. And then now it's like, but I'm getting punished for that.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
And that is the fucked up thing.
Imagine if those was the same rules for the flu every time flu season popped up.
It'd be riots in the street, yo.
What?
But it's
People
some
be going
people,
nuts.
it's some people who don't want to necessarily get sick because you're what's associated with the vaccine right now. People usually get sick afterward.
Mm-hmm.
My mother got the vaccine. My mother's like, yo, Jeremy, Generico, that's what she calls me. She gave birth to me, by the way. She was like, that's a baby Generico. Nah, like she was like, I feel like I got ran over by a truck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, see, like I get that for for your own safety or mental safety, right? You feel safer because you got it. But let's keep it a billion. Just because you got a vaccine don't mean you ain't never gonna get sick or you can't never get COVID. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't want to get sick. Me personally, I haven't been like flu, like Smills, how you are now, how you feel, you know, knock on wood, I haven't felt that way in over a year. But I know if I go to get this vaccine, I'm finna be sick out here. Some people don't want to do that. But I still want to go see my Yankees. Garrett Cole is having a great year. But I can't go see Garrett Cole unless I sit in the nosebleeds. I think that's crazy, but that's just me.
I dig it, man. Because when football season roll around, like I want to go see my Steelers, man. And it's probably going to be the same thing.
More than likely.
Now, I mean, okay, for me personally, all right, I'll be able to sit where I want to sit, but still, it's like, what if I wanted to bring somebody with me that's not vaccinated? Now it's the thing where, like, well, you could sit there, but they got to sit.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
The fuck? Like, nah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it's foul, yo.
This is going to evolve. This is going to end up being like some old school shit with how they used to segregate people. It's going to be a bathroom for vaccinated people and a bathroom for unvaccinated people.
If it goes that far, yo, that's ham.
I'm telling you,
yo.
I'm telling you.
I don't necessarily say like, nah, 100% to that notion, yo. Because like I said, businesses now, they're going to be able to have their own standards. And if things start happening or popping off, or if you just one of them business owners that's either pro-vax or against vax, then it's like, you know, you can do stuff like that. And that,
then on the business
that'd be
level,
bananas, yo.
That would be a little bit more expected because you can't control the customers. So you might get a customer that got vaccinated and that person get pissed off that that's somebody that came from the non-vaccinated section or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that could be a fight. So they're gonna have to. I could definitely see that, bro. I could definitely.
Not to dive too much into a conspiracy. That's not the kind of party I'm trying to have right now. But with everything that's been happening in this country over the past few years, with cops killing black men, and it just feels like we're going backward, right? It feels like they've been trying to segregate us. This is a perfect way. I'm fucking telling you. I called it in episode 1. Here we are in episode 10, and it's happening. I'm calling it in episode 10. There is going to be separate bathrooms and separate fucking water fountains, and they're going to take it way back. By episode 30, some little remnants of what I'm saying right now is going to begin to happen.
And now, yo,
I'm not crazy, people. I'm not crazy.
It's real sad that it actually is to a degree a possibility. And it's like, for all that we've, made change, like, look at the shirt. Fight until this day. To this day. And like, that means a lot of things, man. And it's like, damn, yo. But it's not impossible, man. Especially when you give, business owners and people the leeway to make their own rules. And if they have an agenda, it's like, okay, maybe I'll make this rule, make that rule, and I can keep these people out of my establishment.
We'll see how long that shit lasts.
I mean, it goes, it's a little ways down the rabbit hole, but
it's going to get ridiculous, and the federal government is going to have to step in and have some type of federal guidelines with that, because people are going to get real ignorant with that shit, son. They may start, you never know, like, I would hope that there's no business owner that would be dumb enough to tie religion or race to the aspect of that law that we're talking about.
Do you know what country you live in, son?
Yeah.
Well, you already know.
Yeah.
There will be a business owner, a racist business owner,
exactly,
who will let a non-vaccinated person let's just say, for example, we're talking white and black, right? And I'm a racist business owner. They gonna let a non-vaccinated white man come in there faster than they gonna let a non-vaccinated black man. It's going to turn into this.
Yes. And if it turns into that, you already know, man. We're not gonna go into that conspiracy.
That's a whole big conspiracy.
That's a big
thing.
bag, yo. That's
a big bag to open.
Yeah.
I see it happening. That's all I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. I just hope that it ain't martial law in this bitch 2 years from now.
Exactly.
And the army's walking down Broad Street in Elizabeth with ARs, you know, picking off people who ain't vaccinated and shit. It's gonna turn into The Walking Dead.
I mean, there's been a hint of martial law in the air since like 2014, bro.
Yo, I really thought
it's
that,
been a
especially
hint of it in
during
the air,
these past 4 years, it was going to happen.
I'm hoping that it doesn't like.
They tried though.
That predictable.
They tried in January. They tried.
And here we are, a year out that the George Floyd shit happened. Because it happened, what, to the day? Was it a year to the day? When did it go down? Do you remember the date?
I don't remember the day.
I don't remember the actual
I think
day.
it might be a year to the day that we're March 23rd or May 23rd or whatever. But I'm telling you, man, now this shit, it's always something, yo.
Yeah.
Always. And everyone said, when Obama become president, everything's gonna change when Obama becomes president. Shit got worse.
It's what people don't understand, that the president is like
the
president is a face.
So much.
He's a face. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you look at that box of Captain Crunch and you see Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch is the face of Captain Crunch.
Yeah, he
was the face of the nation, but if he doesn't have the House and the Senate in his pocket, which he did not for both terms of his presidency, then all he can do is sit there and be a face. He's
Captain
not getting
Crunch,
no laws passed.
Captain Crunch ain't make the recipe.
You know what I'm saying?
He did.
He really did.
He pulled up when it was time to be on that box, and when the new flavors came out, he pulled up and represented.
Oh yeah, because
but like
Captain Crunch
he does not take credit for oops all berries.
And see, now you're gonna make me go into my conspiracy bag. You're gonna make me go into it because the whole thing is.
Let's go. I'm ready.
When it comes down to all of that, it really don't matter who you are. You're, like you said, since you're just a face representation of the nation, because the machine is already intact. The machine already has a plan for the next 100 years. And you're just going to be a face that they think is a good representation of the moment. So you can make it seem like you're doing X, Y, and Z, but you know that you're just skating within those guidelines that they told you that you're only allowed to walk through anyway. You're only going to get but so far. Nobody's going to come in and be like the change. Nobody has that power because there's always going to be somebody to shoot down your dream.
And the thing about it is that, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying when it comes to the House and the Senate. Like, people don't realize what really goes on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
When people click up and really set up, methods and procedures to just block everything that you want to do.
They do it at
We can all sit here all day. Yeah. We can sit here all day, every day, and argue and complain and talk about how they've been treating us in this country forever and nothing has changed. But you know that there's people on the other side that if you're fighting that, their argument is going to be, do you know how much money we make off of them being locked up?
Yeah.
Do you know how much experiments we can do going through them? Because they look at us as, I don't know what they look at us as, like we don't feel pain or we're like superhumans and shit like that. But they'd rather do the experiments on bodies with us.
Yep.
Tuskegee, the Tuskegee experiments, yo.
Yes.
I don't even want to go that deep down the rabbit hole, but I'm gonna just put that out there for y'all people that don't know. Look into the Tuskegee experiments. Look into that, or experiments. Look into that, and I'm gonna leave that right there. But y'all know, and it's shit like that. Like, yeah, Like that bag is deep, is endlessly deep, yo.
Yeah.
One day we gonna have to do a conspiracy episode of like the top 5 conspiracies in our mind, and we just dive into all of that. COVID gonna be on there. Like what y'all was just talking about right now, how like the world elite get together and they plan all of this stuff out. Like y'all need to look into Bohemian Grove.
Word.
As I look into the camera, Bohemian Grove, you should look that up. Skull and Bone Society, all of this kind of shit, bro. Like I don't put it past nobody. There is a benefit. Someone is benefiting from all of the fucked up shit that goes on day to day.
That's why it continues to go on. That's why it doesn't change, because like we can get into the pharmaceutical conspiracies, they're like, it's, if you ask me, and not even just saying like Dr. Sebi, but it's a reason why that man's not here no more. There is a cure for cancer out there. You can't tell me no different, yo.
Of course.
But I'm gonna let that bag sit and stew for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
We'll go off the rails out here.
And y'all, forgive me for going off just now about this vaccine shit. You know, I don't want to sound crazy. I want to sit front row at a Yankee game, bro. Garrett Cole's having a great year. And I gotta go, but I gotta go to CVS first to get my. Come on, bro. Anyway, I'ma just hold that, bro. That's that. While we on the subject of sports, kinda, sorta. And G, you wearing the shirt. Let's talk about let's talk about your boy shirt.
Yo, it's becoming WWE-ish to me, yo. Like now, first the Tyson Fury and the Joshua was on, and the Deontay thing was done. Then the Tyson Fury and Joshua was off.
We broke that news, by the way.
Closed that. Now the Tyson Fury and Joshua was back on. It was happening in Saudi Arabia. Now what has happened is that Wilder won his arbitration case, and the judge said that Tyson Fury has to fight him by September 15th. So that effectively put an end to the Fury Joshua thing. And on the tip, it was like, okay, well, the judge was like, well, if you don't want to fight Wilder, you can pay him to step aside, which would have been like 20 mil or something like that. And Bob Arum, which is Fury's promoter, was like, no, we're not paying him to step aside. So now Fury and Wilder 3 is going down, and Joshua has to fight another opponent. I forget the guy's name, Uriah or something like that. But so now that's the space that we're in now. Joshua has a new opponent. Fury and Wilder fight. So my thing is now was like, I was in the mood for this Joshua Fury thing. I was ready for it. Like, yo, all right, I'm here for it.
Word.
But now of course, now's the thing, like, will we ever see that? Because if one of them dropped the ball in either of their fights, there that goes.
I say fuck it. Let's go out all WWE, man. Let's make this a triple threat match for the unified titles, man. Like, let's
put three heads in the ring, yo.
Yeah, man, and then they just slug it out in the last man standing win, man.
Wow.
Let's get it.
I'm just tired of the back and forth, and like, yo, once contracts are signed, and I mean, I guess the judge has overall precedence because it was an actual legal case. Yeah, but like, yo, my man, the contract was signed. You couldn't chill on that. Like, yeah, you really had to fuck that up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was going down. Like, leave that shit alone.
From the judge's aspect, the law is the law, and he's gonna.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. I understand that. But it's like, damn, son.
You know, I'm not entirely mad at Fury Wilder 3 because they're split. They're split one apiece.
Nah, Wilder lost 2 fights, son.
Yeah.
Well,
like, let's keep it 100.
I mean, in the books, they're split.
In the books, they're split. Yeah. On paper.
In the books. Wait a minute. The first fight was a draw, wasn't it?
Oh shit, you're right.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's not even split in the book.
You're right.
There's no split, nothing.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know
But
what?
the only reason why I'm kind of into it is
This is a
watching
redemption
Wilder
story.
train now. He's starting to look different, and it's a vast improvement.
This is
Like, I don't see him
Wilder's
getting bullied.
redemption story, bro.
It
It's
has to
like,
be
you know
because-
what?
Yeah.
You were the man. You were knocking everybody's head off. And then you ran into Tyson Fury. The first fight happened. We all feel like he lost, but they did it a draw. And the second fight, Wilder got smothered, and that was it.
And
This is
not
his
for
redemption story.
this could be his end story because he went so hard to get this match, bro. Because right
If he
now,
gets trashed again, yo, it's a wrap.
if he loses again, it's gonna be fucked up. Especially because Tyson Fury is still talking shit. Tyson Fury is really on some, I'm just gonna knock this guy out again.
Yeah.
And he has the skills to do it. And if he does end up doing that, or even not, say he won't knock him out, because I don't see Wilder laying down for a 10 count. I see he got too much in his heart for that.
Yeah.
But I can see a fight getting stopped again.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that, bro.
I mean, you can't say that because if he hits him with a good one, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're gonna stay on that floor.
Wilder has the heart
Tyson,
of
I
a
don't know,
warrior,
yo.
bro.
He
Like
does.
some people just got that shit
He
in him
does.
to where for the 10 count, he's not gonna stay down. He might get up, be all fucked up and everything like that. But I don't see him
And the
going to
ref is
sleep.
like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
don't-
it's gonna get
let it
stopped.
continue. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see Wilder going
Like
to
the
sleep, but
only
I do
hope
see the
I'm
ref
holding
saying,
now-
Nah.
The only hope I'm holding out is what I've been watching in these last training videos he got with his new trainer. He does look like a different fighter. He's lighter on his feet. He's putting combinations together, and you're finally jabbing. The thing that's been missing for so long. Now, am I saying that it's going to definitely be a different fight? Hell no, because Tyson is just that lag. You can't fuck with that lag. That lag is crazy.
For real. And
I don't
he
see
got
him.
those- he got
I will
those
say that
boxes,
I'm
that's the
100.
thing.
Nah, I'm saying I'm 100% confident though that he won't get bullied like he did before. I don't see that
say he
happening.
don't get bullied and he can change the fight to where it's an actual boxing contest.
Mhm.
I don't know if I got a belief to where he's
Nah, he's not-
his game up to where he can hang with him for what 10, 12 rounds. I
Nah,
don't
he's
see
not. You can't turn into a boxer in a
No.
year or whatever.
cannot.
No.
You can't. You can get better, and he has gotten better.
I just
But-
hope he gets better at setting up that punch, man.
Is it
Because if he
confirmed
gets
that
better
he
at
broke
that-
his eardrum during that fight?
Nah.
It's not, because when he was fighting Fury, when Wilder was fighting Fury, that is, second fight, you remember how he was bleeding, like his ear was puffed and it
Yeah.
was bleeding, and everybody was saying, and they were giving him that pass, and
That
then
he was
that's
off
what pissed
equilibrium.
me off. They
They
were
were saying
like,
the equilibrium was off.
the
Yeah.
equilibrium was off. That's the only reason why.
Like, I never got the confirmation. I mean, I didn't dig deep into it afterwards. If it was true, then that is a true thing that happens. But still, yo, for you to get mopped, he got mopped.
Exactly. That means that Tyson
That was
Fury
going to
knocked
happen.
your
Tyson Fury
equilibrium
came in
off.
with a plan. He executed that shit
That
to the
means
T.
Tyson Fury knocked your equilibrium off. That
Word.
says a lot, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
says a lot.
That motherfucker literally knocked you dizzy.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I like what I see. I'm not, of course, you can't, after the ass whooping that he took, there's nothing that he could have done in this short period of time to 100% convince me that he's going to win the fight. But it seems like it's going to be way more competitive this time.
He deserves his
The thing I don't
rematch.
like, though, the thing I don't like I was saying before, is I don't know if Anthony Joshua gonna hold up his end of the bargain. He gonna fuck around and lose the belt to this next guy that I don't even know who this dude is, bro. And if that happens, then what happens? Are we gonna see Joshua against the winner from Fury and Wilder regardless? Like, is that how that goes? I don't even
But
understand.
nah, whoever wins Fury Wilder is going to want to unify. So whoever got the other belts is who they're going to want to fight.
So he probably gonna fight the loser from the Fury and.
Yeah, maybe that.
Okay.
But I mean, even if that goes down, he is going to fight Wilder or Fury. I'm here for that. That's what we all been wanting to see.
I just want to see freaking Wilder knock Joshua's head off, man. That's all I want to see. It took us too long to get to this point, and freaking Tyson Fury threw a freaking wrench in the damn game.
Yeah.
He threw a wrench because he came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere. He was. I remember, man. He was 400 pounds, man.
Yeah.
Came out of retirement. We thought it was a joke because he was doing his WWE stuff, and he proved everybody wrong.
Yeah. He even went to WWE and fought Braun Strowman,
didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a terrible match.
Yeah.
But yo, man, let's see what happens. So something's going down between the two of them before September 15th. That's happening. The Joshua fight should be coming up soon. It's going to be on the zone, so I'm watching it.
So Joshua,
see how that goes.
The Joshua fight's going to happen before Fury Wilder 3.
I'm assuming because that's the replacement for Joshua Fury.
Gotcha.
So I'm assuming that's going to come sooner.
So
they didn't announce the date yet.
It was originally set for August.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna see what happens, man. But like, just getting sick of this song and dance, man. Like, just lace the gloves up and get the business. Like, that's it.
It's like this no matter the weight class. They did this shit with Floyd. How long did we want to see Floyd and Pacquiao, and then we ended up getting it
way past his
prime. Nobody cared as much as we would have.
Nah.
If it would have happened in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's when it could have went that way, but
it's all about money.
Floyd
and
knew what he was doing,
all they care about is money, man. Yeah. It wasn't like that back in the day. The best
back in the day, the best fought the best.
And that's what made boxing great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, from what I've seen, the best boxing years that I watched was like probably the end of the 70s to like 90, like 98-ish or something like that.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Early 90s, yo. Roy Jones, Trinidad, Gotti, Tyson. Them years, son.
Don't forget about Pernell Whitaker, son.
Pernell Whitaker. Julio Cesar Chavez. Yo,
I mean, it's too many names. It's mad names.
Didn't Chavez have like 100 wins and no losses, even though he fought a lot of bums?
He had 80. He was 89-0 before his first loss, I believe. 89-0.
Yo,
he fought like every week.
I grew up. I was born in 86. So, and my father was a boxing fan, big time. He would always have the homies over. I remember being like 4 or 5 years old watching Sugar Ray Leonard matches.
Yo,
that's
those are some of the most exciting boxing matches I've seen in my life.
When Sugar Ray used to turn it on and get to the combos and the hand speed.
Yeah.
And it would be crazy because he was so little. And right when you thought Sugar Ray was gonna lose, he would pull something from within and put on a show, yo.
Yeah.
And he would close the show. He would knock your ass out, son.
Yeah, man. Tyson, Holyfield, that era, like that was my era. Trinidad, like a young De La Hoya. That was my era of boxing.
Yeah.
And then I kind of stopped watching
Roy
it
Jones,
as much.
B-Hop.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching
Roy
the
Jones
Tyson
made it look
fight
too
show.
easy.
Yeah.
Roy Jones made it look too easy.
Roy Jones used to be in the ring like
hands behind his back.
Yeah.
And then and lay somebody down, yo.
Yep.
It was the most disrespectful thing you've ever seen. And I remember one time he did that and dude got mad and Roy Jones was like,
yes.
And then caught him. I forget what fight that was, yo. But I was like, yo.
I remember that. Because he dipped like 8 punches or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he rocked him.
Yeah. It was like, yo, come on, son. Why you gotta do it like that? And like watching Tyson fights, yo, when cats, as soon as the Tyson fight opened and they show like right before they touch gloves and they go to the corners and show you know, right before they come out for round one, and you just see the fear in people's faces.
But it's funny because Mike would be like, on his walk to the ring, those was like the scariest moments in his life.
Yeah.
Mike said that?
And he used that fear as his energy. And oh man,
Yo,
Mike
cats
was
like you used to see cats were literally scared. Like how that chick, when that chick got rocked and she was scared to come from the corner.
Oh
that
yeah.
Yeah.
That video where she got boop 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 and it was done.
Yeah.
I think
like
Mike could have been one of those dudes that, if it wouldn't have been for demons and like the people that was in his circle that was fucking his shit up,
GOAT, no question.
he could have straight up been the first dude that we ever seen go 100-0 for his first 100 fucking professional fights with like 98 knockouts on some shit. So.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He really could have been somebody, because he was like that stuff. He really was like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't know how Buster Douglas found his number, yo, in 93.
That was some bullshit. And I think like Mike was speaking on that shit. Like he wasn't in the right place and all of that. Like that's why I say demons and all of that other bullshit played a factor in Mike's career, but all in the alternate universe, son, where you can remove those things from the equation. Can you imagine what that man would be?
Yeah, he'd have been the Michael Jordan of boxing, you know?
Yeah,
Got
man.
a freaking special guest right here.
The young man.
What up?
What up, young man?
Eating good in the neighborhood?
For real.
Plus, he got to roll up on the scene.
But what else you got with boxing? Anything else before we move on?
Nah, that's it, man. Like, yo, stop playing around, put the gloves on, and let's get to unifying the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? And just stop playing, you know. I don't want to hear nothing else next week or somebody else that pulled up and said something or like, yo, just let's get it on, yo. Like Mills Lane used to say back in the day, let's get it on.
Didn't he become a judge? Had a whole show?
He had a show and all that.
Like daytime TV?
Yeah. Oh, one more thing real quick. Lloyd, you get knocked out by this Paul dude, yo.
But they
That's not a good look.
Like he went to law school and all this, that, and third. I'm like, motherfucker, he got
it was just a reality show.
He refereed the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas fight.
Right.
Yeah, it was just a reality show.
Wasn't Mills Lane the one that used to do this like with his nose? Before
Let's
like
get it on.
And like,
yeah, that's what I know him for.
It was some referee. I think it was Mills Lane that the camera would be, you know, it'll show Mills Lane before they get together and touch gloves. Let's get it on. They would show and referee Mills Lane. Mills Lane would be like, well, do the Bruce Lee and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So hopefully within 2 years, we get to see what we really want to see, which is Joshua versus Wilder.
Why you gotta say within 2 years, bro?
Because the way the song and dance is going, yo.
The
way the song and dance is going.
You want to know when we gonna see Joshua versus Wilder? 2030.
Yeah.
It's gonna
be old and washed up by then.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be Mayweather Pacquiao. We gonna want to see it, and by the time we see it, they're gonna be washed.
Yeah. Floyd better not to get hemmed up by this Logan Paul dude another week, or Jake Paul, whatever. Paul, whatever one it is.
Isn't he gonna fight both of them?
Michael Paul Scott.
I don't know.
Yo, these cats out here.
I want to see him fight the one that knocked Nate Robinson out. That's the one I want to see him fight.
Yeah, well, in a couple weeks we gonna see what happens, yo.
These damn two first names. I can't stand these two first names. Jake Paul, Michael Scott.
They said never trust somebody with two first names.
I'm telling you. And then cats be having like a middle name also. So it's like Jason David Frank, who is Tommy from the Power Rangers. All right, man. I got some old verse new. What you think about some old verse new?
Get into that old verse new, man.
Who's up? Who's up for old verse new?
Let's get into it.
Yo, see. right, everybody, as I drink my water. On this week's Old vs. New, we got Jay-Z, Imaginary Players, and that's for the old. And for the new, we got 21 Savage, Glock in my lap. Now, let's start with Jay-Z Imaginary Players, which actually happens to be one of my favorite Jay songs because I think it's just one of the smoothest beats and just he flows on it and he's cocky as fuck on it in all of his Jay-Z glory. Here we go. Yo, I spit that other shit. That's some nice motherfucker shit. Fed time, follow me around. Deep cover shit, nigga. You beer money. I'm all year money. I'm popping. You ain't gotta count it. It's all their money. I never change money because niggas got strange money. Knocked up, fucked up. Fucked up in narked up, marked up, fucked up in the game money. I got bail money, double XL money. You got flash now, but time will reveal money. I spit the hottest shit. You need it, I got it shit. That down south, Master P bout it shit. I got blood money, straight up thug money. That brown paper bag under the mattress, drug money. You got show dough, little to no dough. Sell a bunch of records and you still owe dough. I got 996 plus 4 more dough. You crazy, you fugazi. I'm loco with dough, papo. Imaginary players.
Yeah.
I says bias. This is the first
What?
Old versus New.
Did I
Where he was actually
on the
saying
beat.
it like
Did
the
I-
rap.
Yeah.
Yo, I had to pick a song.
I ain't want to mention that, but go ahead, son.
No. You know what? Nah, you can mention it. It's one of my
Because he even
favorite
did the deep cover shit, nigga.
Exactly. Yo, this is my thing. This is my
Bias.
shit.
So you already seen the day to make him look better than my man 21 Savage. Let's get it, 21. Let me hear that verse.
21 Savage, Glock in my lap. Put this mic to my mouth real quick.
Deep cover shit, nigga.
Big 4L, I'm a member. Hold on. I'm going to try my best. All right. Big 4L, I'm a member. Leaving out cold like December. 45 on me, it's a Kimber. AK knock down trees like a timber. Get your baby mama before we bend her, 21. Hit the windshield, not the fender, 21. Giving out smoke my agenda, 21. Throw the white flag, they surrender, pussy. All black tux, I'm a businessman, pussy. Millionaire still shaking killer's hand, whoa. Take the plug off and the middleman, whoa. Spray the whole block, I don't give a damn, whoa. Fucking nigga, bitch, I'm a gentleman, 21. 21, you bitch, no, I've been the man, 21. Playing with the rock like I'm Jigga Man, 21. Gotta look a nigga in the eyes when you kill a man.
21.
21.
All right. That's how 21 do. It's
I never liked
21
his ad-libs,
21s every
yo.
verse.
21.
Never
Every
liked his
verse you get
ad-libs.
21 21s.
21,
Understand that,
21,
man.
21. Yeah,
I
that's
never liked his ad.
that's old version. Deep cover. That's my old version, damn it, and y'all could suck it because that's my shit. That J
Bias.
song.
Bias.
It ain't really that biased if it go hard. Like he was flowing there. That's old shit. When did In My Lifetime come out?
97.
90, was it 97 or 96?
Now 96 was Reasonable Doubt. And my
Okay,
lifetime was
yeah,
Volume 1.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. 97. You're absolutely right. God damn, you got yo.
You
G,
know I'm
got
the
a
old school.
memory on you, bro.
Yeah, yo. I remember them albums.
All right. Well, I got some other shit that we could talk about. So I want to go off the path for a little bit and talk about big ups to a show that me and Shorty have been watching. It's called Very Scary People on the HLN network. And basically what it is, I believe that every killer that they focus on, like serial killers and shit, it's a 2-part episode. So the one that we were watching recently is about the Amityville Horror. Now, everybody pretty much knows about the movies, and they had a book and all of that stuff about like 25 billion Amityville Horror movies.
Remember, I told you my father lives in Amityville.
Really?
You got to
Has he ever
pass the
driven by the
Amityville
house?
Horror House when you go into his crib.
Really?
Yeah.
112 Ocean Ave.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But yeah, so in this documentary, they basically showed how this family that moved into the house, the DeFeos, it was father, mother, 2 daughters, 2 young sons, and an older son, right? And the older son was hooked on drugs, all of that, went into the crib or was already there. There's a bunch of stories. And he took out a rifle, did his entire family, one at a time, right? Now, what's fucked up is that there's a lot of shit that people did, and this is what I want to talk to y'all about, right? All of the family members were found face down in the bed, shot in the back or in the back of the head. Now, the rifle that he was using was a Marlin something gimmick Schnabitz rifle, one of the loudest hunting rifles. How is it that he one at a time did all the members of his family, but nobody got up, knew, ran around? Everyone was found face down in their beds. And Smills, I'm gonna start with you because this is all you, right? What do you think about that? What do you think really happened?
I mean, if you want to try to break it down to realistically what could have possibly happened, like you said, that gun made noise, bang. So in order for the other people, he was with them the whole time. Was that ever confirmed? The father, he was with them the whole day, the whole night, and all of that leading up to this?
Yeah. The brother.
So what I'm thinking is
the older brother's the one that did it.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking at dinner, the brother probably did something to the food that was sedate.
Toxicology report said that there was no funny business in their bloodstream.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Now we got a conversation.
Yeah.
Or they could have been, what if they had a suicide pact as a family?
Say
you
it again?
Never know what if they had a suicide pact as a family?
Wow.
You never know what secrets families have, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's crazy. It's a lot of talk that the father was in with the mafia, which I can see because if you look at the father, they moved from Brooklyn, I believe, to Amityville.
See?
And if you look at, the father looks like a straight up goomba who got a brother who knows a guy named Vinny who owns a pizza shop.
Imagine the father knows that they did some fucked up shit and the whole family's about to be taken out, but he don't want to be taken out by somebody that he feels is a schmuck. You know what I'm saying? You tell your oldest son to do it? Exactly. As far as you feeling that you went out and your family went out honorable.
But then the son, but now you're making your son take one hell of a rap.
Yeah, but if you want to start talking mafioso, that's all about honor. And if you feel that the people that's gonna come for you are schmucks, you'd rather your son just this is what we do.
That's very interesting that you say that, because with the rifle being as loud as supposedly it was, no neighbors, and it ain't like the house is secluded, its house is next to 112 Ocean Avenue. You mean to tell me that none of the neighbors heard? Now, apparently the dog was outside tied up. The Ronald DeFeo, who did this, right? What drug addict, alcoholic, all of that, hated the family dog, and the dog didn't care for him either. But the dog was intentionally tied up outside, which tells people, okay, yeah, the son definitely did it. He did it maliciously, intentionally. He tied the dog up outside because he knew the dog would probably attack him and all of that crazy shit. But then he says that he heard voices in his head, and the voices in the house told him to do it. Now, if you fast forward, he kills the family, he gets put in jail, another family moves in, the Lutzes move in, and that's where the Amityville horror story started, with the Lutzes, because they said they was there for about a month, and it was a bunch of haunted shit going on in that house, and they had to book it out of there.
I mean, See, like now you're trying to start talking about like supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
And when you really get on that supernatural, like I have a interesting stance on it, and it could be due to just ignorance. Ignorance is bliss at times. But if you ask me, I don't find it too like. I don't think that those two realms could mesh like that, man. Unless you're talking about demonic possession. If that house is like the portal to hell or some shit like that, but if that would be the case, wouldn't it still be doing the same thing up to today?
And apparently,
regardless of if they tore it
50
down,
years later, people have lived in that house.
Tore it down, built a new house and everything. If you're talking about demonic shit and all of that, wouldn't it be on those hallowed grounds, period? So it don't matter if you put a building there, it don't matter if you put a shed there, it doesn't matter if you put a 2-family house, a 3-family house, or 1-family house.
It's the land. That land
exactly.
is haunted. Right.
So for me to buy into the demonic possession shit, I would have to hear stories or see some evidence that something happened within the last 5 years.
And nothing has happened in the last 50 years.
Exactly.
People live in that house and they're good. Nothing else has happened.
That's why I call hogwash on that. And when I started hearing like the little rumors and the whispers in the wind about that family with the Amityville Horror possibly doing that because of like fraud, mortgage fraud and stuff like that, because they wanted to get out of their mortgage, that would make sense to me, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. What doesn't make sense to me is that when the second family moved into the house, the Lutzes, they wanted the original furniture from the DeFeos still in the house, even the beds that the family was murdered in. They wanted all of that kept in the house.
For what?
Look, and my theory is that they kept it in the house so they could act like the house was haunted because of what had previously happened, and they could be like, "Oh, the furniture's here. We should have had them take the furniture's haunted or whatever." And then they end up booking a month later for what Smills just said, to get out of, I mean,
this is
whatever it is.
For me, this is one of the things that the supernatural and all that. It sounds good. It makes good movies for you to enjoy, but on Earth, does the spirit realm and the Earth realm really clash like that? I can't really say, like the age-old question: do you believe in ghosts? I believe in energy, and however that's transmitted. Because you can say that people say the same thing, because the Conjuring series is based off, I forget the woman's name.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
There you go. All them Conjuring movies, that's all supposed to be true stories. And Annabelle,
they went to the
Amityville
house, and they said it was haunted.
Yeah, they did the whole Conjuring thing. Is supposed to be. They coming out with another movie. Coming soon, actually.
Yep.
But the Annabelles and all of that, and the Exorcist and all that stuff, like, did it really happen?
See, and that's my thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I, as far as what I feel on the inside, I feel that there are realms for that, because we all know it's scientifically proven that energy can never be destroyed, and we're energy, bro. Our soul is all energy source. So energy can never be destroyed. Once this body is done and it drops, the flesh, whatever, you still have to go somewhere and be something. But my thing is, when you're doing that, I don't think you can interact with the flesh world any longer, bro.
That's my whole thing.
You're not touching a person
that's my fear.
You're not touching me. You're not gonna be in the 4th or 5th dimension and you reach out and I could feel something touch me here in the 3rd dimension.
What about the Holy Ghost? Do you believe in the Holy Ghost? People catching it?
I believe that your brain is strong enough to make you feel and experience whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. If you believe in something enough.
Yes.
So those people that like you.
I learned that as a kid, bro. I learned that when I learned that it is possible for a child to deliberately make themselves sick to not go to school. That's possible, bro.
You can do anything when you really,
Your
feel
mind
like
is
you said,
way
when you,
more
when you
powerful
really
than
have
you
that
think.
conviction. Because,
Yeah.
like, do y'all remember the video of it was that stupid video of the guy in church?
I know
and
what
he
you
took off his jacket and it's kapow, and
Yo, that
people
was the
flying
funniest
across the
video,
floor.
son.
Yo,
He was
son.
hitting them
he
with the
was
combo
like,
with that
ooh,
jacket.
everyone in the congregation was
Yo,
so
he
down.
hit one dude in the jacket and
Yo.
they fell like dominoes. I'm like,
That
yo,
was
come on, son.
hilarious.
Such bullshit, bro.
Hilarious.
Such
Like the
bullshit.
people kept walking on stage, he was just like kapow, kapow, kapow,
Yeah,
and they like
He basically
nah.
just started he started going like,
But you know what, yo? People will do and
Yes.
believe whatever they got to do to make themselves feel better. And I'm talking about the congregation because this also goes into Jim Jones. I'm talking about I'm not talking about Capo from Harlem, Dipset.
Oh, when
Exactly.
people drunk the
I'm
Kool-Aid.
talking about the real
When
Jim
people drunk
Jones.
the Kool-Aid for real.
When
That's
every-
where that saying comes from.
Yeah. Oh,
That
really?
whole mass. Yes.
Oh, you drinking the Kool-Aid now?
yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what that
Okay.
saying comes from.
Okay.
Because they put that stuff in the Kool-Aid when they did the mass suicide.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where the saying comes from.
Yeah. And it wasn't
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, it was Flavor Aid.
Whatever it was.
He gave him the bootleg Kool-Aid, like, drink this shit, motherfucker. But like going
That's
into
the
that real
mental
quick.
stronghold that he had. Like, once your mind is tied up in somebody, and if they can convince you that what they're saying is gospel, and your mind accepts that as truth, they can make you do anything. We all gonna just walk off this bridge together, and people will just keep going.
Yeah,
People
man.
followed him because Jim Jones had people doing shit on purpose. Like, again, very scary people. It was an episode of Jim Jones. That's how I noticed. Fucking Jim Jones told the old woman to sit in a wheelchair, come into his church, and then through his preaching during the service, he's gonna tell her, now stand up now, because God is gonna help you stand up. And the woman stood up because she was fine to begin with. And everyone in the congregation is like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Oh my God. I'm gonna believe everything this man says now because he's a miracle worker.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And Jim Jones could have took his jacket off,
And he could have
And
slapped them all up.
smacked the motherfucker in the face, and they would have dropped like it was real.
Jim Jones
And that's
made
why you
people
shouldn't even
move
do anything.
to the forest, yo. Jim
It's
Jones
crazy
made people
because-
give up everything they had and move into the woods.
In Guyana.
Yes.
And because they were coming in on him. Like, all right,
They was coming for him.
they was
Yeah.
coming for him. And he had to leave. He went to Guyana and created a town called Jonestown.
Yep. And those people followed him.
Yes.
They packed up,
Hundreds.
left their lives alone, and went. No questions
Hundreds
asked.
of people.
And died right there.
That's when you start asking questions, though. There's a thin line, and what is that line between being a cultist versus religion?
Oh, he was a cultist.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly. But you see a lot of similarities and parallels dealing with cultists and people that blindly follow religion. I always say that it's good to use religion as a blueprint, but when you blindly follow it, that's when things get dicey.
Yeah.
Because
You can't
religion is
take
one of
every
the
single
things-
word out the Bible as fact.
Yeah.
Not as fact, but like you can't take it all to heart. Like the Bible is supposed to be
You can't take it
a
literally.
tool.
right.
You
a
can't take
tool.
it literally.
Right.
You have to take it and you have to assess the message behind what's being said
Right.
and then relate it to your everyday life and move accordingly.
Right.
But
That's
see,
what
people
the scriptures
use
are for.
people like Jim Jones use the Bible as a manipulative tool, because everything they said, they made their point proven in the Bible. And these people, he used people's faith against them, because you'll say the sky is blue, and in the Bible it says whatever, the sky was created to be a blue, and people say, oh wow, it does say that in the Bible, so yeah, and then you capitalize off that, and next thing you know, you getting people out in the forest in Guyana. That's how people, that's the way he moved in particular. He turned it into a manipulative tool for his game. And like you said, when they started pressing him after he'd have made all this money off the people, got these people basically taking care of him, splurging their life savings to take care of this dude, yo.
Millions of dollars that he had in his bank account that he got from them. It starts to become a cult when you start having sex with your congregation.
Yes.
And telling them, if you don't have sex with me, it's going to be bad for you because of A, B, and C. Now
No, I can't agree with that, because that also happens behind closed doors in religion, like with the Catholic, with the priest.
I mean,
and the
yeah,
monk.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
that just goes.
You're right.
Happens, bro.
But
You're
what's
right.
what's the common ground in all of that? Using the Bible as a manipulative tool to brainwash people into believing your narrative. You get what I'm saying?
Some of the most gullible people, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's the truth. Some of the most gullible people are religious people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they take the Bible as everything is actual, factual, literal, right? And whoever preaches this, I'm just gonna follow that person, and it don't matter what they do in their life, because they're helping me with my journey, my religious journey. What were you gonna say?
The one thing that I go to with people that take the Bible literally, and I think I remember like kind of having a conversation with my grandmother about it. But there's some scripture, like when it comes down towards the end of times and stuff like that, where it says something like, I forget whatever the dude's name was. He was looking for some place to hide. There was nowhere to hide. And then the rock said to the dude, you can't hide behind me. And I'm like, if people think, if you've lived on this earth for at least 10 years, 10, I'm not saying 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. If you've lived on this earth for at least 10 years and you believe that a rock opened its mouth and said that to somebody, you're fucking bugging, son. So I say that to say this.
And we ain't talking about Dwayne Johnson.
You really gotta understand the shit is not supposed to be taken in a literal sense. There's a message behind that, which the message is strictly telling you that you can't even hide behind a rock, a mountain, a boulder, or whatever. When the end is here, it's here.
Yeah.
That's the message, bro. Mm-hmm. Not that the fucking rock actually physically spoke to the person. If there's people that walk around believing that the rock physically spoke to that person because they think that some crazy spiritual shit was going on with that, they're bugging. They're bugging. Because I know my 40 some odd years on this earth, I've never seen a rock talk. I haven't.
Except
Please
on
take me to the
WWE
place
television.
where that happens. Please, I'd love to see it.
Nah, yeah, I feel you. It's not supposed to be taken literally.
No,
if there was no Bible, the world would be in uproar. It'd be turmoil everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you
need it as a blueprint.
You need it as a blueprint. You need to know. It needs to be written in a book because some people are dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Because some people, if it wasn't written, they'd be like, "Oh, well, you know what? You got $10. It's my $10 now."
And that's the thing for those that have really, really lived their life faith-based. That probably stopped a whole lot of crime from happening.
Yes.
Sure.
Yo, the Bible says that thou shalt not steal, and I'm so in tune with my faith that even though I want his bread, the Bible said I can't steal it. I cannot steal it. That actually prevented a lot of crime.
It definitely needed in society. It is.
Yeah.
Even with like murder and shit. I mean, how many times do we go through something, and somebody wrongs us or somebody does something bad or it happens all the time. And you think to yourself, you're like, not necessarily that I want to go out and I want to kill somebody.
Sometimes you want that get back.
But sometimes you want that revenge, you want that. But it's written in the Bible,
I'm gonna give you a story. And this is a crazy story, bro. Like, I'm really gonna be out there with this story. But it was crazy. I remember once I had this chain, right? It was a chain. You remember Mobb Deep when they was talking about I rock 40-inch cables, my chain hang down to my dick, my piece bang glass tables, shit like that. I had this freaking chain, and basically it was just a chain and a bracelet that was looped together with a it was like a cubic zirconian crusted like cross or whatever on it, but it looked official, son, and it was glistening and all that. So I'll never forget. It was one day I was coming home, I was going to some business school or some shit at the time. And I'm coming home, I thought I was styling that day, rocking the chain, and I see these two dudes. And I see them get on the bike, and I see them start coming. And my head, now this is in Far Rock, son, so I already know what it is. But in my head, I'm like, I'm right here over by my crib damn near. I know this is not going down like this. Lo and behold, dudes roll past me. Son grabs the chain off, like he grabs the chain, tries to snatch it off my neck. I grab the chain, boom, I pull him back. He falls off the bike. The other dude keeps on the bike. So me and this one dude is up there tussling. We tussling with my chain or whatever. So he was like, yo, this dude ain't coming up off of his shit. Bust him. So the other dude turns around, comes back, reaches in his waist, and he starts to pull out the gap. So I'm sitting there like, yo, this is really going down right now. So I told you I stopped fighting with you. I said, nah, you got it. So I started coming up off my chain, and I went to give him the chain. The dude on the bike starts to like leave while I'm giving dude my chain. I start tussling with the dude again because I saw dude about to chain. Like crazy. Yo, so he was like, nah, this dude ain't coming up with shit, son. He ain't coming up with shit. Dude turns back around, takes the burner out. I was like, nah, you got it.
You stupid.
So I gave him the shit. I gave him the chain or whatever. He was like, nah, I want the little chain too, because I had a little chain on under that. That's when he was like double and triple chaining on some stupid shit. So I took the little chain off. I gave it to him. They ride off into the sunset. I end up chasing them. I ended up going into their block on some next level. I had an OG that held me down with a sword off, but it didn't get to what it was supposed to get to. But we went to the block and it was kind of crazy.
Well, yo, I gotta say,
hold on. I say that to say this. It was crazy because at that point in time in my life, I wasn't doing anything specifically foul, wrong, or anything. And I'm up there going through the motions. I'm like, yo, why is this? How am I gonna get like victimized like this on my plot? I wasn't doing nothing to nobody. This was just something that I had that's supposed to be a reflection of my belief in Jesus and all this that. And this is 50 million things I'm going through in my head, son, asking myself these questions. Let me tell you something. Why that dude tried to rob somebody else in the hood, ended up getting hit up 2 days later, dead, out of here, son.
Wow.
That's the universe right there. So I said that to say this. Just like you were saying, the Bible makes people sit back and be on some, well, the Bible says such and such and blah, blah, and it prevents you from doing things like the get back. It lets you prevent doing the get back because it lets you understand that the universe will speak for itself. You don't always have to be the person.
Usually comes around.
Exactly. And you don't have to be the initiator of that. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
But nah, I was gonna say, yo, shots to that chain, because for it not being real, for y'all to kept pulling on it and it ain't just snap.
Exactly. Nah.
Good chain.
But the gold was real. It's just that the pendant had the
how much
that chain had an ill class. That class was 1,000.
How much you spent on that chain? You remember?
I think it was like, son, it was like $380 or some shit. I got it from the Coliseum.
Okay. So it wasn't no. I had a cubic zirconia chain back in the day with the big fake ass cross on it. That bit ran me about $60.
Nah. The gold and all of that and the chain that I had was official. It was just that the piece was fugazi because it had the cubic zirconia shit instead of the real diamonds.
Yeah, I remember I had my herringbone back in the day.
I had one of those.
I had a herringbone. I bought a real. Yeah, I bought a real. Like now, I got a gold-plated herringbone upstairs. At this point in my life, I don't really care. But back then, I stunned it. That shit was like $400. 18 karat gold herringbone chain.
I never stunned on chains like that. That's
the only one I bought. Yo.
I used to try to stun on sneakers. That was my stunting shit. But see, that's just as bad, yo. Somebody run up on you and try to get your sneakers, and they successful.
See, I never went through that.
Yo, and that's worse because you gotta walk home.
You gotta
barefoot.
walk home barefoot. That's what I'm saying.
I can't imagine that.
In your socks, walking down the street. Because if you in the hood and you walking around in your socks and you don't normally walk around in your socks,
everybody gonna be like, yo, he just got.
What just happened? Like, damn, son, they ran up on you for them J's? Yeah, man. I'm in my socks right now. Yo, can I get a ride home, bro? Like, I ain't trying to walk in this concrete.
Yeah, it's like my man, he got for his leather jacket in the cold, yo. It's like, dang, now I gotta walk home. Not only do I not got my jacket, but now it's mad cold outside.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. That I did want to bring up that I thought that Amityville shit was kind of interesting, and I like how it went to like religion and stuff like that, because that shit's really interesting to me.
Yeah, yo, that Jim Jones story, man, that's a real one.
Yeah,
that's a real one.
Oh yeah. What's even more fucked up is that when I think Congressman Ryan, I think his last name was Ryan, went there, who was investigating him while he was still in the States, right? Mm-hmm. He goes there with a couple people, I think some family members of the people who were in Jonestown. Goes there on some, you know what, we gonna interview Jim Jones, we gonna talk to some of the people, and we gonna ask them if they're good, if they wanna come home, whatever. He goes there, interviews Jim Jones, interview done. A couple people come with him like, nah, you know what, I do want to leave. They get back to the airstrip. Jim Jones peoples come with ARs and they do everybody at the ship. And then they go and they all commit mass suicide.
Yep.
One of the great, if you're listening or if you're watching this, hello, how are you? If you don't know about the original Jim Jones, you need to Google it, look at a documentary or something.
That's a story.
That is a story indeed.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Let's switch gears. We done got all.
Yeah, we got a little
conspiracy, got heavy in the religion stuff. Yo, don't cut us off. Don't cut us off. Yo.
Nah, don't do that, France.
Yeah, we see you, yo. Much appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
We see you. We see you, France. Voulez-vous share avec moi?
But getting back into our normal stake of things, yo, I just want to bring up, they broke ground on the Universal Hip Hop Museum in the Bronx the other day. Nas, LL, Naughty by Nature, Fat Joe, everybody. Yes.
Drop the applause.
Yes. Yes. We need that. Because that gets all. And it was so dope to see, man, that's finally gonna come to fruition. I mean, they got virtual tours on the site, but I can't wait till the day comes where I can get off the train and walk inside, yo. Oh man, you know how good that's gonna feel, yo.
I mean, that's so needed, bruh.
Yes.
And a lot of people that don't understand the importance of knowing the history to this culture need to go there.
Word up.
Even if you're an artist that's been in the game for the last 5 years.
Word up.
If you don't think that it's serious to know the culture like that, just go check this out and trust me. I haven't even been there, but I know that they're doing this right because of who's behind it.
Yeah. Yo, it's well, I think it's ain't it Grandmaster Flash?
Did you see the people that was there at the groundbreaking?
Oh yeah.
Bro,
crazy,
that says enough.
That
says enough.
Everybody was there, yo.
Yes.
Everybody was there.
So it's like, I'm not gonna, like, I have faith that they're gonna do this right.
They're gonna do it right. Especially being that they got the pioneers and the originators on the committee boards and stuff, like making
You
decisions.
said Chuck D, right? You said
Chuck D is I think he's the head of the he's the head of some committee board, but he's like he's up here. He's making big time decisions. Like perfect, yo. Like don't bring people that are not part of the culture. And I mean, okay, the businesses have to have who they gotta have, but make sure that people that are sitting at that round table are people that are part of the shit, and that's what they're doing, and that's what I can appreciate.
It's in the Bronx?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another dope thing. It's in the mecca of where hip hop started, yo.
I give props to that.
Yes.
I give props to that.
Yeah.
Nas was there, son.
Yes.
Queens is giving props to that, man.
Yeah. So you gotta let that grudge go, son.
You really do.
I let it go.
No, I don't have no. I lived in the Bronx. I lived on 191st and Kingsbridge, baby.
But he never turned on the bridges over
the VA hospital. But my thing is, I hate that song. I hate that part of the song. I just hate that one part of the song. Right? And it's fucked up because you know me, I fucks with KRS too. That's one of my favorite rappers. It's like, damn, son, it felt like you
that
took
was
a
hard,
dagger, stuck it in, turned it, took it out, and then stuck it in both of my eyes. That's what that feels like, man.
But yo, I'm just glad that it's going to be something tangible to represent for the culture, yo.
Exactly.
Because hip hop culture is the biggest culture in the world. Like there's no debate and there's no denying that. This culture is everywhere.
You know why? Because hip hop blew up right what, like, think about, if you really think about it, son. I was thinking about this the other day. Like the TV and pop culture of America really started popping off like what, in the 60s? That's when it really started popping off. Started gaining traction in the 70s
becoming the big
80s.
thing and that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, started
Game
gaining traction in
shows
the
and all
70s and 80s.
Mhm.
Hip hop started catching on in the 80s, and then the difference was hip hop was the voice of the real urban areas of America, where America was still trying to reflect that bullshit ass image on television that it was a certain way. Hip hop was the voice that, no, life in this country is not always like this. This is what I'm going through. And there were so many people living that life more so than the life that America was trying to portray, that hip hop took off like that, bro. And that's why that's the voice of the people.
I think in line with what you're saying, like I agree with what you're saying, but in line with what you're saying is, to me, it was more because remember you had, you know, before to predate hip hop a little bit, you had shows like Good Times and All in the Family kind of stuff that like kind of told those type of stories. But hip hop, what the thing that hip hop and how they did it different, that hip hop was straight graphic with it. There was no okay, we're gonna write this script, but you got to keep it, you know, like people hit the scene, especially once the gangster rap scene, like people told their stories their way.
Right.
And it made it that relatable because it was really giving people the 100% unfiltered truth. Like,
which is taken too crazy today.
Yeah.
Because this drill rap, son, I don't understand putting your business on Front Street to where a case can be created for you. I don't understand that.
Some people, man. And these young guys, I don't know what the hell they thinking. Like that stuff's not gonna get back.
And it's crazy because the shit do be sounding kind of like, depending on who's saying what about what, shit be sounding hot, son. But when you realize that this is a reality, and the thing is that these are pending cases and cases is under investigation, and people is doing certain talking. It's
you
like,
talking about the what's the name of it? Who I shot?
I'm talking about
Who I Smoke.
I'm talking about anything that my man King Von was dropping. I'm talking about shit that Dirk be dropping. I'm talking about that drill music, son. Yeah. Dudes be on it like that.
They're bugging.
They be on that. Yo, I killed your cousin last week. Spat in their face while they was twitching. What you gonna do about it? Type lyrics. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that Who I Smoke shit is kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's too much. Like I don't know what type of bravado you trying to present on that track. Like you can't get touched. But like, yo, my man, they're going to pull up. They're gonna pull up
sooner or later.
Yeah. But yo, getting back to it though, it's just to like I said, to see something like that that's gonna be tangible and that's really gonna give people the history of this shit. And especially like you said, for like, you know, people that are, you know, aspiring to get into the game, new people in the game that really haven't done their research and they're just here to make money and drop a couple flashy records. Like, understand what it was, because I'm sure they're not just gonna highlight, you know, the history, they're gonna also highlight the struggles of it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? How, you know, all of that stuff, you know, the struggles and you know, how hip hop progressed and actually won some of these battles, like the whole 2 Live Crew battle, and how that you know where they had got the court case and all that for dropping them records. They're actually the reason why the parental advisory stickers and came out.
Yes.
And all that. Like you remember all that. Like
Yes.
I'm hoping that they highlight stuff like that to have people
Yeah.
understand. Like yo, hip hop has been through some shit to prevail to where it is, because it's that powerful. Yo.
Yeah.
We won them cases. Like it's real. Like this is not just something to be played with or to use as a tool to make money.
That's so passionate about it. That's why, like, when I speak about it, I'm so passionate about it. We're all gonna have different opinions and stuff like that, but it comes down to the reason why we're so passionate is because of how reflective this is and how much of a theme in our life story that this plays a part.
Yes. Yes. And I'm so happy that people are going to get to see that tangibly.
Is it open already?
Guests like they need to have special guests like every week.
Yeah.
Have dudes pop up, people that you think is washed or people that people might not have heard of. If they ain't doing nothing like that, you'll have them come up in there, pay them a little bit of money, a couple of $100 or whatever, just to tell their story.
Yeah.
Is it already open?
That'd be dope.
Is the spot already open?
They broke ground. I don't think it's open.
Nah, they got the virtual tours up on the website right now.
Yeah.
But like I know I'm gonna have that feel. Like the first time I went down to DC and walked into the Smithsonian African American Museum, I know I'm gonna have that same feeling, yo. Cause I'm pulling up. I'm in there.
We need to go there as a group, son.
Yeah.
That's some GGS shit for real, man.
Word up.
Yeah, it is.
Footage. And
yeah.
like let the people see what it is.
Oh yeah,
yo,
that would be great.
Yeah,
I'm down for that. Sure.
That's gonna be a moment, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a moment.
See, I see that it shows that it's closed during the week, but it's open on the weekend. So is it supposed to open this week end or? Because I don't see nothing on.
I seen that on the site. I didn't delve deep to get the understanding. I just know that they have the virtual tours, but if you just broke ground on it, it's not like it shouldn't be open in no time soon. Like it's not gonna be for a while, from what I read.
Oh, I see what they're doing. So on the website it says Revolution of Hip Hop night off. Where did it just go? 1980 to 1985, and that's going to be going through December of 2021. So they're going to have different themes.
That's dope.
That's dope.
I like that.
That's dope.
I like that.
That's dope. I like that.
And like it's even for us, like you said, like passionate hip hoppers, like I'm going to love that because some of hip hop still predates me from when I became a heavy listener. So to get back into the 80s like that, like I'm gonna enjoy that.
I always talk about Run DMC and all this, that, and the third, but there's hip hop that predates that. Like Melly Mel and them boys that been doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to like getting some more knowledge.
Yeah, definitely, yo. Especially for that era, like the beginning, like the early 80s, and you know what I'm saying? Or like the 80s period. Like I'm gonna enjoy that, yo. Really getting deep into it.
Oh, I see right here that after December next year, they're gonna be having the Eminem Revolution here. So we should go during that.
Oh,
bruh. I don't think
You
he
broke
heard
up,
me.
son.
Here we go.
What was that?
Nothing. I ain't say nothing.
Nah, it's
No.
repeat that.
No.
Yeah.
On the website, they got after December 2021, 2022, until the end of that is going to be the Eminem Revolution.
What is that?
The Eminem Revolution.
Oh, how he came and changed the game. And
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah, they're
That's
gonna
where he wants to go,
redo.
yo.
They're gonna redo the entire museum, and it's just gonna be one big Eminem exhibit.
I don't know about all that.
I'm
They ain't gonna do no shit
Bro,
like that.
I'm
They'll never
fucking
do no
with
shit
you.
like that. They would never do no shit like that, bro.
Well,
But they'll give him his due.
He got a
They'll
section
give him
up
his
in
due.
it.
No, him always deserves his due, but I'm not gonna act like that's. I'm telling you, man. White boys been doing this for the longest, man. I'm from Far Rock. We had third base. We had Pete Nice and motherfucking MC Search. Like we had people that was putting that
MC
work
Search
in.
was out there.
You know what I'm saying? So
Third
MC
base.
Search
You
is
made me
responsible
listen to third base. What the hell
I'm
was that
telling you.
damn song you made me listen to?
Yo, Jersey, we had Milk
It
Bone.
probably
back
was
in the day.
Step into the AM or something like that. I forget what it was, but there's always been. That's
They
the
just
thing
been
that
under the
really kinda
radar.
just, like
It's
Eminem is
been,
not the first nice white boy.
Nah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
he's
Bro.
the most successful. You gotta give him that.
Yeah.
I can give him that, but do we always, do we not really pay attention to when people come out and the fortunes of that? Like Rakim,
Yeah, I do, yeah.
if he would have came out and had the same type of promotion that Drake has and all of that, his career would have been different. But he didn't. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So of course,
part
yes,
of it
he
is
was the
always
most
the
successful
machine,
in This,
yo.
that, and the third, but the machine was at a different place as far as promotion and things of that and exposure to where he was just able to take advantage of that. I'm not gonna act like there wasn't dudes like if the Beastie Boys had the same afforded opportunities as far as the machine like that, when like that M had, the Beastie Boys would have blew up, son, larger than they were, and they were large already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that, just because he was the most successful means that he was the best ever. No, M is nice for what.
No, he had
does.
Dre behind him. That's really all you need. He had Dr.
That's
Dre behind him.
yeah.
That's all you
He
need.
had M was a great wizard to what weapons he was provided, bro. And his pen game is sick. I am not mad about nothing about Eminem's career. I just don't look at him like the god that everybody else does. I just don't look at him like that.
All right. We don't want. We about to derail on the Eminem conversation again.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
I joke. I kid. That's your favorite song, B.
But yo,
Yeah.
Universal Hip Hop Museum, man. Everybody make sure when that time comes, if you are a person that's into the culture or just want to expand your mind and gain some knowledge, please check it out. Hit the website up. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on and keep yourself in tune, because I'm definitely here for that.
Yeah, that's dope. It has been deserved, and this should have been something that happened a long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Definitely happy about that. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do now is we are going to introduce a new segment, right? Because we're all about the segments here. And yeah, so this is going to be a new one on every episode going forward. And the name of this segment is called What the Fuck, Smills?
All right, so basically I was having one of my grapes and asparagus moments. You guys should know what that is because you always see me with the grapes.
Classy.
But other than that, I was really having a moment where I'm like scrolling through my timeline and I keep seeing these things where Fox News keeps addressing UFOs. And I'm sitting there and I remember a day and time when that was such hogwash that you would never see that on Main Street. So I start thinking, what the hell is this angle? What are we doing? What is the government up to right now? But I'm gonna just leave that alone because, like we always say, too many freaking conspiracy theories with the government and this, that, and the third. I'm not even gonna get into that. I say that to say this: when you get down to the conspiracies, wasn't there just like some $500 million thing that paid out? I think there was like some lottery jackpot, 500 million or something like that paid out recently. And I was thinking about that, and I'm pondering, and I'm like, does it really make sense for you, Generico, for you, Jay, to get a piece of that $500 million pie? I don't think that y'all related to like the people that's running the world, as far as I know. So I would think that it's not beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking, I'm like, I wonder, when you're talking about lottery and a lotto and all this, that, and the third, when you talk about the grand scheme of things of these big hundreds of millions of dollars of jackpot, is that being recycled within the families that's running the world? Maybe the 10th, 11th, 12th cousin down the line that you don't know about, versus the $20,000, $30,000 winners, which would be somebody that like Jake over around the block and up the corner that you know he hit that scratch off for $20,000. Because basically what Jacob's going to do is he going to either spend that on some clothes, some liquor, or some drugs that's going to go right back up into the system. You know what I'm saying? Well, what did y'all do? Y'all think the lottery is real?
G, you want to go first?
I mean, I will hope so, because when the jackpot get to a certain point, I'm buying tickets.
Of course
Keep
you
it
are.
100.
Of course you are.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, in the sense of where the money's going, like the cut that's taken by the government, I mean, I will hope it goes to good things, because then the lottery will ultimately serve its purpose.
Not even that.
Be us. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. Not even that. I'm asking, the money is real, but it being rigged to the point that when we have the hundreds of $million jackpot, that's only funneled somehow through the bloodline of the elite. Because when you start talking about 10 cousins down the line, ain't nobody gonna know who that is unless you're part of that family.
Right. So you're saying, so what you're saying is that the money's real, but the people who are winning are chosen.
Yes.
And not chosen.
And then when it comes down, and the real lottery per se is the 10, 20, 30, $40,000 joints that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can win, because that's small money in the big scope of things. That's small money.
Why would okay, so let's say that the big pot is 200 million and you give the 200 million to some girl who is a descendant of the world elite from years ago.
Okay.
Right? She's already paid because her family is part of the, you know what I mean? What does
that does not make sense, because let's just take you for your situation. The way you have your setup with the whole, like your whole financial situation. Just because you have a cousin, does that mean that they're set up as well as you?
No.
You get what I'm saying? They have nothing to do with your bread, bro. But if there's a way that you can put them on from a bullshit ass bogus, like lottery type shit.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? You can make that person eat and it won't affect your money per se.
But I mean, my shit is, I don't know nobody personally who's ever won the big one.
Exactly. And that's my point. I'm not going to believe that it's real until I know someone that knows someone like that. I don't even have to personally know them. I just want to know somebody that knows somebody that did that.
Yeah.
I know people that have won the 20, 10, 30,000. I know shit like that. Little $5,000 scratch offs and shit like that. But when it comes to those big numbers, that's kind of sus to me, bro. It's kind of sus. And it does make sense to me if you want to keep that money flowing within your family and to keep the public interest. Just pay the public the pennies and give my family the real shit.
Yeah,
but that's
I don't doubt it.
That's just something that I be pondering with my freaking asparagus and grapes moments, man. Something to think about.
Something to think about. I mean, you know, we had to let Smills get his own segment, y'all.
Yeah, I had to get that rant off.
What the fuck was Smith?
You already know. All right, to cap things off, because we're getting kind of late here. Couple movies that I want to talk about real quick. The Venom 2 trailer came out. Did any of you guys see the first Venom?
I did.
You did?
I did.
I actually still have that. I bought that. I have it with my Microsoft account.
Did you like it?
I did. That's why I said, like, I don't know why. Like, a lot of people trashed it. I guess because of the comedy aspect of it, but for what it was, I enjoyed the Venom movie. Like, I wasn't mad at it. I've seen a lot worse superhero movies, bro. A lot worse.
Mm-hmm. I just like that they're bringing Carnage into it.
Yeah, that makes it amazing. I want to see how.
Yeah, that one I'm probably definitely gonna check out because of that.
Yeah.
It's just it's my thing is there's no Spider-Man, so that's why a lot of people were mad at it, because it was funny. Like, they made Venom funny, but Eddie Brock isn't a funny character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they went off the path and did some other shit, which that's cool, whatever. But no Spider-Man, it's like, I don't know.
I mean, you know that at the end of the day, this is all building up to that Spider-Man joint. They're not just doing these movies and it's not going to build up to him meeting head to head with Spider-Man. There's no way.
If they do that, it needs to be Tom Holland Spider-Man.
That's what I was about
They're
to
probably
say.
doing that. They're probably setting it up for that. I'm telling you. I wouldn't be surprised.
So then once they do that, then they have to integrate Venom into the MCU.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Which would be nice.
I'm still waiting for the X-Men integration. Like, let's get to that. Because that should have just been it. But I'm not mad at Sony. They wasn't letting their cash cow go without a fight, yo.
Fuck Sony.
Oh, we know how you feel about that. All right, we also have a Batman movie, right? The Batman. And that was supposed to have come out already, but COVID fucked it up. It's set for March 2022, and Colin Farrell is going to be playing the Penguin. I don't know who's playing the Riddler. I didn't write their name down. Sorry, folks. And Zoe Kravitz is going to be playing Catwoman, which is pretty cool.
I like that.
Takes place in the second year of Bruce actually being Batman. My biggest issue that I got to get over is that it's Robert Pattinson playing Batman. Yeah. Twilight.
That.
Is he going to be fighting like demons, as far as fighting demons within himself, of killing the villains versus just capturing them?
Who knows?
Since it's only year 2?
Who knows? I don't know what the plot's going to be, but I know that there are 3 villains who are in this movie.
See, my thing is that I know that I'm going to feel the same way about him being Batman as I felt about Ben Affleck being Batman.
Whoa. Ben Affleck was...
Nobody was on board with that when it initially happened.
Exactly.
But Ben Affleck ended up being a good...
He was all right.
He was. I can't say... But when they said Batman, it's 3 Batman I felt that way about. Batman, George Clooney. What?
Yeah.
Batman, Ben Affleck. What? And this. Those 3 Batman I felt... And I kind of felt that way by when Christian Bale was Batman, but when I seen the trailer...
He was great.
Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah.
So you was all for Val Kilmer being back?
Oh, damn, I forgot about that.
Val Kilmer has the look, though.
Well, I guess he falls further down the category, because I totally forgot about
Val Kilmer is a horrible actor, son.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I never really rocked with Val Kilmer. I forgot why you had to remind me of that, yo. He was trash in that, yo. Why you had to remind me of that?
The movie was pretty cool, though.
Yeah, Val Kilmer was trash, though.
I mean, Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
That was hilarious.
That was great.
Jim Carrey was perfect for that. He was perfect for that.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You know who was supposed to be the original Riddler, but ended up not, and Jim Carrey took it?
Cool.
Robin Williams.
Oh. Yo, he would have killed it. he would have killed it.
Yo,
He would have killed it.
I think he was making another movie at the time.
Was it Miss Doubtfire?
And
Because that was like the same time. That was 94.
Yeah,
that sounds about that. That sounds
It probably
about
was
the same
90. It
time.
was probably Miss Doubtfire.
Miss
It came out
Doubtfire. Yeah, you're right about that.
Or 94, 95. But damn, yo, that would have been great.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Because he got it in him to play that psycho.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yo, did he check out because of COVID? What did he check out for?
He checked out because he committed suicide.
Committed suicide.
He did commit suicide. Yeah. Oh.
Yo,
Yeah, man.
rest
That
in
would've
peace,
been,
Robin
man.
Williams, one of the
Word.
funniest,
Yes.
one of the greatest.
And I didn't even appreciate him the way I should have appreciated him because I was rocking with him. Or I'm not gonna say rocking. I've been watching him since Mork and Mindy. I hated
Mork
him
and
on
Mindy,
Mork and Mindy.
Nanu, son.
I hated him on Mork and Mindy, son, and that made
He
me
was
have
so
a
goofy
bias.
in that show.
It made me have a bias against his character. But then I'll never forget, son. I was watching this Law and Order episode that Robin Williams was on,
Really?
and he bodied it, son.
Yo,
Google
Dead
Law
Poet
and Order,
Society,
Robin
son.
Williams,
Dead
and
Poet
please watch that
Society.
Dead
episode.
Poet
Yeah.
Society. Robin Williams killed that.
Yeah,
That was his movie for me.
Yeah.
That's when I was really like, yo.
Also, there's a movie called The Awakenings where Robin Williams plays a doctor inside of a psych ward, and like he tries to help some of the people, come out of their shell. Really kind of one of those more heartwarming movies. Really good movie though with him. And also the movie with him and Matt Damon, where Matt Damon was mad smart.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
Do you like apples? Well, I got her number. How do you like them apples? What the fuck is that movie? Oh my God, Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting.
I didn't see that.
Yo, Smills, great
It was
movie.
good, yo.
Great fucking movie.
Well, since we're on the movie topic, I'm gonna bring it up again. I want both of you dudes to check the movie so we can discuss this next week.
Oxygen. Okay, I gotta watch it.
I'll check it out.
Oxygen on Netflix is an interesting movie.
I gotta watch
and that was something else that contributed to my grapes and asparagus moment because it goes back to the government, son, and what's possible. It's very interesting, man.
Give us a quick synopsis on that movie.
Basically, there's a woman that wakes up in one of those cryogenetic chambers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And she has to figure her way out of it and how she got into it before she runs out of oxygen.
Wow.
Great.
That should sound crazy.
Yeah, son.
All right. Definitely put that on the docket. What else we got? So apparently, a Gladiator 2 may be happening.
And Gladiator
I'm-
is one of my favorites.
I'm trying to see where they're going with that because at the end of it, Russell Crowe was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So who's like how they and Caesar was dead for that matter. So I'm guessing it's gonna take place in a different era. But
Different era, or it's gonna have to
don't
be
mess up
offspring.
that franchise, yo, because Gladiator was that was
I
a
would see
good
more so
movie.
going up either the offspring route. Did any of them have kids?
No,
No,
his kid died
his-
too.
Yeah, remember
Damn.
His
they
wife and
killed
his
his
son
wife
were
and son
murdered.
first.
Yeah, so it's gonna have to be a whole different time. Then.
It's
And
gonna
that's
have
corny.
to be.
That's
Yeah.
corny. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna make a movie based in that era, and they're gonna attach the name Gladiator to it just to make bucks.
That would be
Mhm.
corny.
That's
but if
corny.
the movie is good, would you be mad at it?
If the movie's good, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. As long as if the movie's really good and does tie into Gladiator 1 in a way, I won't be mad at it.
Yeah.
But if it's
Okay.
whack and they call it Gladiator 2 or Gladiator the Second Coming or some garbage,
Yeah, because
I'ma
you know they
be
like
tight.
to do that.
I'm gonna be tight.
It's gonna have to be one of them things where it's a different era. It's a different era in Rome, and like they start the whole thing up again, gathering slaves to fight. Like it has to be something. That's the only way I can see it going.
Right.
Because the way Gladiator ended, it ended as a one-off.
Yeah.
that'd be like them making like a Armageddon 2, where now it's another asteroid and they find
Of
another
course.
group of, like, it'll have to be something like that.
And that's the thing. I don't like when they do shit like that. Like,
Yeah, I don't either.
Austin G, the top 3 joints when it comes to that type of genre that shouldn't be. I don't want to see another Gladiator. I don't want to see another 300, even though they fucked it up and did that. I don't want to see another Braveheart. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave those movies alone. Leave
They
them
were
alone.
one-offs, yo, and they were perfect.
Yes.
Like that
Just leave
300 New Empire crap. I was like, yo, I didn't even finish watching
They
it.
fucked 300 up. I was like, how can you fuck 300 up?
And it's crazy because, you know, most of 300 was just shot in a room on a green screen, but it was that good.
Yeah, because that's
but it still came off.
Yeah.
That's Zack Snyder's best movie. I don't know how Zack Snyder can go from making 300, even though that's where the slow-mo shit started, but it worked in 300.
Yes.
But god damn it, if you watch the Snyder cut of
Yo, I heard
Justice
there's like
League-
a 30-minute slow-mo scene in this shit.
Yo,
Like something crazy.
the movie's 4 hours.
I can't watch it just because when I seen it was 4 hours, I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm not.
Yo, like
I've never watched a
20.
4-hour movie. I
There's
can't do
20 to 30 minutes of slow mo. If you take all the slow mo parts and combine,
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I meant. Yeah, nah. I don't need that much slow motion. Yo.
You really don't. You really
Like
don't.
I can't. When I saw it, it said it was 4 hours. Like the longest movie I ever watched was Titanic. I watched that back in the day.
Great.
Both
fucking
and I watched it when you
That's
had
a
to
great
take
movie.
the
Great
VSH
fucking movie.
VSH tape out and put the second VSH tape. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to watch it then, but Titanic was really engaging for what it was
Very good movie.
because it was more.
Yeah,
It was historical,
movie,
the love story
you
and all
gotta
that.
keep it entertaining.
Yeah. Like aside from that, like maybe the
Shawshank
Avengers-
Redemption.
Malcolm
Yeah, that was
X.
pretty long.
Malcolm
X, yeah.
But they made it worth those 3 hours sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't sit and watch a movie for half of a work day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Half of a work day.
Right.
I'm watching a movie and I got a slow-mo scene and I'm like,
It's
For
just
like
too much.
See, that's why
5
these
minutes.
And
movies
it
be
don't
blowing
make
my mind.
sense. Like
Yeah.
where the placement in the movie, like it don't gotta be like Wonder Woman just standing there and then she whip her hair around. And it's just it's like what
That's
was
what
that
be blowing
for?
my man. Those DC movies, it's like you 3.5 hours, but you could have been 2.5.
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah, I don't think I
Marvel
ever
does
sit
it
and
right.
watch that, yo.
Marvel does it right when it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's all I got, gentlemen.
I mean, we covered a lot.
We covered
Yeah,
a whole
it
lot. We out here, and it's hot as fuck in this room.
Yeah, I'm sure you want to get out of that room, son.
I can't wait, bro. But yeah, man. So I guess that'll cut it for this week. We got into a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
We will be having there will be a YouTube video, so only on our YouTube. If you're listening to this on the podcast version, we're going to have a very, very fun video for you guys to watch. And it's going to be Smills doing his thing while playing a game called Resident Evil Resistance.
I was trying to hold it down, but I was on my random survivor thing, and y'all see how that would play out. But watch when you see that your boy Mastermind game. Watch that.
Yo,
Very, very
what was the word, yo?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. just people just know that it will be wonderful.
Wonderful. And if you're not a video game person, if you listen to us primarily just because for the banter or whatever, it's still worth the watch because you got to watch Smills play video games. It's fucking hilarious.
It's highly entertaining.
Very entertaining. So that's going to be up later on this week, more toward like Wednesday or Thursday. We'll have that up for you. But any last words before we cut it, gentlemen?
Yo, man, as always, stay safe. Have a very productive week. Watch out for this heat out there. Stay hydrated and all that good stuff. And make sure y'all come back and tune in. We gonna be here. You gotta be here too.
Yep. I mean, I'll just say stay safe the same. And in the words of my boy Deshaun Williams, the YouTuber, man, What he says makes sense, man. If you only knew what was coming, you wouldn't worry about today. Keep that on your mind, people, because tomorrow, some great shit's gonna happen, man.
Words to live by. Everybody stay safe, stay happy, all the great stuff. We'll catch you next week. Have yourself a great week. Later, everyone.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to Trash Talk with GGS. See y'all next week.